Deputy MITI Minister Ming says investors' confidence in Malaysia will not be affected as the concerns of ratings agencies have been addressed. He says this was following a visit by Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng to Singapore and Hong Kong, where he held meetings with some credit rating agencies, reports Bernama. Ong says that it was made clear that the increase in budget deficit and the new tax reliance are temporary, adding that it was a short-term measure in order to cover shortfalls and pay back the GST and income tax refunds. On Thursday, Moody's Investor Service affirmed Petronas' A1 domestic issuer and foreign currency senior unsecured ratings, but had changed the outlook from stable to negative. Moody said the rating action was due to the government's announcement that Petronas would be paying 26 billion ringgit in dividends in 2018 and 54 billion ringgit in 2019. The ratings agency explained its worry that Petronas' financial profile may deteriorate if the government continues to ask for dividends, especially if oil prices drop. Earlier during the day, ex-PM Dato Seri Najib Razak has sarcastically congratulated the Pakatan Harapan government on the downgrade. Proton Holdings and its Egypt partner Alpha Group as El Arab are considering various strategies, including starting completely knockdown CKD operations there. This would be to tackle the gradual reduction in import tax for European cars, which would lead to lower prices and consumers shifting their purchase preference to such cars. Proton's Director of International Sales Stephen Xuan said in a statement today that such a move would require significant steps to be taken, including feasibility studies. However, he says establishing CKD operations would mean that Proton would be able to take advantage of local assembly initiatives, and Egypt could end up as a hub for the MENA region. Proton recently launched two left-hand drive versions of the Proton Saga and Proton Exora in Egypt. She said that Egypt has the potential to play a big role in helping Proton achieve its future sales targets by increasing export sales volume. Westports Holdings saw a 5.6% drop in its third quarter FY18 net profit to 142.3 million ringgit. According to Westports, this was due to the fact that in third quarter FY17, the tax rate had been lower as a result of a claim of investment tax allowance. On the top line, revenue came in at 417.6 million ringgit, which was 15.2% lower than what was posted the previous year. In a note to the bourse, Westports said that the revenue drop was mainly due to the adoption of MFRS 15 from January 1st. Group MD Dato Ruben Emil Nanalingam said that after 5 consecutive quarters of declines, Westports has successfully and fully transitioned towards a new baseline as transshipment volume registered an improvement of 12% over the previous corresponding period. He added that a favourable momentum during third quarter 18 resulted in Westports handling a total throughput of 6.95 million TEUs. The Monetary Authority of Singapore (MAS) has filed a report with the Singapore Police Force against the author of an article published on the Straits Times Review for making false and malicious statements. The statements were in relation to MAS's role in the probe into troubled state fund 1MDB. In a statement today, MAS said the article titled Lee Hsien Loong becomes 1MDB's key investigation target impugned the integrity of MAS as a financial regulator. MAS said the article alleged Malaysia had signed several unfair deals with Singapore in exchange for Singapore banks helping to launder 1MDB funds. The regulator added that the article made false allegations that Singapore was forced to reopen investigations into 1MDB only after the change in government in Malaysia. MAS stressed that investigations into 1MDB had never been closed. According to MAS, Singapore's law enforcement and regulatory agencies have been actively cooperating with their counterparts in Malaysia, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and the US during the tenure of the previous Malaysian government. Long-haul low-cost carrier AirAsia X is considering swapping out some of its Airbus wide-body order for narrow-body planes. According to Reuters, AAX has yet to firm up a tentative order for 34 Airbus A330neo wide-body jets placed in July. According to CEO Benjamin Ismail, his team is discussing the possibility of replacing some of the wide-body planes with the narrow-body A321neos. He said that the number that could be switched to A321neos had not been decided, adding that the aircraft could be used in smaller markets or during off-peak seasons. Benjamin explained that deal signed with Airbus was a memorandum of understanding that had yet to be signed off by the company's board. However, an earlier order for 66 A330neos was firm, with delivery set to start by the end of 2019.